Ra's al Ghul said, "You can't save everyone, Bruce Wayne, and it's naive to think that you can." And I said, "I am not an ordinary man, Ra's al Ghul." And then I looked at Harley and I nodded no, and she said nothing, and I said, "Like you said, Ross, I'm a fighting genius. I'll figure it out. There's always some other way. You have to be able to think under pressure, and I can do that if I need to." And I said, "Yes, I like your answer, although I know I am right. You can't save everyone, Bruce Wayne, but I suppose you could try your best. I will train you, but I warn you, the skills I will teach you are not built to save people." And I said, "So be it." And then many months of hellish training started, and finally I understood why the real Bruce Wayne became so powerful and stronger than ordinary humans. Ra's al Ghul was always disappointed. He had daughters instead of men, so one day his daughter couldn't shoot 3 arrows at the same time, so he asked me to demonstrate it to Nyssa and Talia. After they said it's impossible, and I spoke to them in an even tone and I instructed them how to do it, and I said, "Think of a bow and arrow as an extension of your will, but it's a killing tool. You breathe in and out and relax. It requires precision and focus and a good bit of strength combined with precision. Combined, these two attributes can make you deadly with any weapons." And then I looked directly into Talia al Ghul's eyes and I smiled and I winked, and while I did that I fired all 3 arrows right into the bullseye of the target without looking, and she said, "Amazing, how did you do that?" And I said, "Strength, precision and technique, and the ability to adapt under pressure. You're going to need all those things to be great warriors." And Ra's al Ghul said, "So much knowledge wasted on my daughters and the weak." And both his daughters frowned and looked down, and I just thought that was very sad, and I said, "You're both doing a great job. You're improving rapidly. You just need to train and practice more and you will all get better, I promise you that." And both of the sisters looked at me and nearly cried, and I put my hands on both their shoulders and I said, "It's going to be alright. You will progress and you will master your skills. I will help you make sure of that." And then I spent a lot of time teaching Talia and Nyssa how to master their skills in martial arts, and I was very patient with them and I didn't say anything mean to them or discouraging, unlike Ra's al Ghul did, who pretty much hates his daughters and always wanted sons, and I knew this, so I decided to exploit that weakness. And then one night the 2 sisters came to my room and they both made love to me at the same time while Harley Quinn also had sex with them, and I knew that Ra's al Ghul found out about it, and I even heard what he said, and he said, "Good, everything is going as planned. Maybe one day soon I will have worthy heirs from the Wayne boys' seed." And he was correct, unfortunately for him, though my children will never know him, because right after the training is done me and his daughters will kill him, and I knew that he would send me to the mountains soon, and it was then that I decided I would protect Sandra Wu San and her sister from David Kane. I will never allow him to get what he wants, because no matter how much he trained and prepared, he couldn't prepare for me. I have never revealed to anyone except Harley Quinn that I know every type of magic there is, and I even know Kai magic, and like Goku I am a fighting genius, so I see fighting techniques just once and I know them, but that's not all. Like Sandra Wu San, I can see everything before it happens thanks to my limitless eyes. So when Ra's al Ghul and his people showed me their fighting techniques, I learned everything in seconds. They even taught me the Mind Fortress technique, and I learned that instantly. Every technique I see I learned as soon as I saw it. That's one Goku's gifts and Satoru Gojo's gift as well. And I'm Kryptonian. I have a super brain and a photographic memory, which means I remember everything literally. So when they told me to perfectly use the techniques months later, it was no problem for me. And then Ra's al Ghul sent us to deal with the people in the mountains, and just as I thought, Ra's al Ghul sent 2 goons to try and kill his daughters and get me to reveal more about myself. Little did he know that I mastered my powers long ago to such a degree that I could remain undetected while using ki blasts and even magic. A lot of people don't know this, but ki is a type of mystical and magical energy, and when you master it, it's easy to master all magic, which means I can wipe the floor with all magic users without using magical words or wands or any of that's for wussies. No, like Shazam, I use straight hands bro to cast my magic, except I can use all types of magic including laser like ki blasts that shoot like Frieza's blasts. Yes, I can do that too, and thanks to Destroyer and Kai magic I can create anything and destroy anything, even if they are omnipotent gods.